Hey, Daryl here. This is my daily devotional. We are studying through the book of First Chronicles. It begins with Noah and does the genealogies of the patriarchs as we see Abraham and Jacob and all the clans that came out of Jacob. And then when we come to David, the book of Chronicles settles down and gives us more than just genealogy, but tells us some of the experiences of King David. For instance, King David had finished the palace. He was living in a cedar palace, as it says in chapter 17, verse 1. After David was settled in his palace, he said to Nathan the prophet, "Here I am, living in a palace of cedar, while the ark of the covenant of the Lord is under a tent." So he has a sense that ark, the ark of the covenant, in a tent, and him in a cedar palace wasn't right. And so he said, I think I'm going to build a cedar temple for this ark, the ark of the covenant. So Nathan says, whatever you think's right, do it. The Lord's with you. But then that night, the Lord came to Nathan, the priest, and the prophet said, don't do it. This is something that your son's going to do. So he reports this to King David. And then David expresses in a prayer such humility, the kind of humility I and you should want to express due to the goodness of our God towards us. Let me read David's prayer in 1 Chronicles chapter 17, beginning at verse 16. Then King David went in and sat before the Lord and said, "Who am I, O Lord God, and what is my family that you have brought me this far? And as if this were not enough in your sight, O God, you have spoken about the future of the house of your servant. You have looked on me as though I were the most exalted of men, O Lord God. What more can David do to you for honoring your servant? For you know your servant. O Lord, for the sake of your servant and according to your will, you have done this great thing and made known all these great promises. There is no one like you, O Lord, and there is no God but you, as we have heard with our own ears. And who is like your people Israel, the one nation on earth, whose God went out to redeem a people for himself, and to make a name for yourself, and to perform great and awesome wonders by driving out nations from before your people, whom you redeemed from Egypt. You made your people Israel your very own forever, and you, O Lord, have become their God. And now, Lord, let the promise you have made concerning your servant and his house to establish forever. Do as you promised, so that it will be established, and that your name will be great forever. Then men will say, the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, is Israel's God. And the house of your servant David will be established before you. You, my God, have revealed to your servant that you will build a house for him. So your servant has found courage to pray to you. O Lord, you are God. You have promised these things to your servant. Now you have been pleased to bless the house of your servant, that it may continue forever in your sight. For you, O Lord, have blessed it, and it will be blessed forever. An awesome prayer of humility. Lord, when I consider that you have chosen me, a sinner, you have chosen me to call to your salvation. You have chosen me to call, to minister your word, and to gift me, O God, to gift me to explain and teach. God, I am so humbled. God bless you. Good day.